What is good, everybody? It is your girl Nia, the video game her, and I know it's been a very long time since I made an actual video, but here lately I just really haven't felt very motivated to make a real video. So I've mostly just been sticking with Team Red Talks Nintendo, and I've been sticking with going live on my live streams and gaming some games for you guys. You know, I come on my channel with the most obscure games, but a lot of you guys actually really like that. But that's gonna change the more of these bigger Nintendo titles come out, because you know Mario is coming out real soon, Xenoblade is coming out, so there's a lot of interesting games coming out real soon that I'll be able to stream for you all, and you know what I'm saying, we'll be able to chat and stuff per usual. But anyway, this is not really a channel update. I actually really have something to say today. So this is something I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks now, but I just was too sick to make a video. To those of you guys who don't follow me on my Twitter, I was sick for about like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe like a week ago. It was really bad. So, you know, I'm just trying to recuperate, get my body back to full health. You know what I'm saying? Chilling and cozying up in my bed with my Nintendo Switch, playing some golf stories, SteamWorld Dig, and all of that stuff. So that's pretty much how I've been kind of going through that whole little ordeal with my illness, getting over a cold. And of course, you know what I'm saying, I be working hard, because y'all know the girl works 7 days a week, feel me? But this is something I've been thinking about for about a couple of weeks now, and I feel like I can finally say this with confidence. I think that the Nintendo Civil War is officially over. Nowadays, you know, I'm looking around to different people within the community, and people are going back to having just regular gaming discussions. People are going back to just making really fun, awesome content, and I just think it's really interesting how a console like the Wii U, where it was just a really bad generation for everybody. You know, you had a console that when it first was announced as Project Cafe, everybody was really excited, of course, because there's a new console coming out. Everybody wanted to talk about it. Everybody wanted to speculate. I remember there was this big whole ordeal before the Wii U came out about how the controller was going to have a screen on it, and there was like a lot of back and forth at that time about how that just didn't seem right. And then lo and behold, the Wii U actually did turn out to have a screen on the controller, and some people loved it and some people hated it. I was actually one of the people who wasn't really sold on the idea, but when they actually did the reveal and they talked about how you could have like HUD-less gaming and stuff like that, the possibility of playing games like Monster Hunter, for example, for me, especially with HUD-less, a HUD-less experience, was actually pretty interesting. So, you know, I kind of came around to it. But of course, you know, I'm a big Nintendo fan, so I'm interested in whatever Nintendo was doing until proven otherwise. But of course, you know, we kind of saw how the Wii U panned out. It had a pretty decent first couple of months, and then it fizzled out significantly. I was one of the people who actually bought a Wii U at launch, fam, just because I really wanted Pikmin 3. Y'all already know that ordeal. So I wanted Pikmin 3, and we know how that happened. You know, there was a delay and things like that. And it was from that point on, we kind of started to see the writings on the wall with the Wii U having a lot of delays, having a lot of software droughts. That was just a very common thread in the Wii U era, and in a way, it broke a lot of gamers. Like, it really shook the faith and the foundation in which a lot of Nintendo fans stood upon. And of course, you know, it's just video games. It's really not that deep. It's really not that serious. But for a lot of the Nintendo community, the Wii U era literally broke us apart. And one of the things that I always used to kind of pride the Nintendo community on before the Wii U was that even though we had a lot of nonsense and bickering and back and forth within the community, we were generally, I feel like, a little bit more on the mature side. Like, we always kind of took the stance that it's all about the games and the gameplay. And to a degree, we're still like that. But I think that the Wii U kind of shook a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and it kind of created a different type of dynamic within the Nintendo community. Because I remember during the Wii U, man, like even sometimes I admit, even sometimes I even kind of got caught up in some of the nonsense going on with the Wii U. You know, you guys heard me on my channel personally talking about how I was unhappy with some of the things of the Wii U. Like I wasn't happy with how long it took to get Nintendo games, especially. How the online was not up to par. And that's still a problem with the Switch, by the way. And I still do express my concerns about that. There's just a lot of things with the Wii U that I was just not happy with. But the whole thing with the games and the lack of games and the time frame in which it would take to get new games was always like the big underlining factor. It was the cause of a lot of unhappiness, a lot of despair within the community. And when you're not having games to play, or you don't have any games to play, what are you gonna do? You're bored. You're probably gonna be going back and forth with other fans about some of the main issues of the Wii U. And then I kind of got a little bit of that. I'm not gonna lie. I did get into a little bit of that, especially when Splatoon 1 came out and we found out that the amiibos were gonna do some weird things that we were not accustomed to seeing previously. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was really kind of just like not for amiibo, because at that time I just kind of felt like there was some potential for misuse, which has already kind of proven itself in Metroid, Samus Returns. And I was also kind of, you know, up in arms about amiibo and stuff like that, because I felt like at that point they kind of had switched their focus to toys instead of actually making and getting out these games for the Wii U. So it was just a really, 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 really bad time. But now, since the Nintendo Switch has been out, yes, it's the new hot console on the block. It's selling well. It's boding well for Nintendo in terms of the mind share. Nintendo has really got the mind share of gamers for the Nintendo Switch because it appeals to two different demographics of people who like Nintendo. Those who like handhelds, those who might not rock with handhelds so much and would rather play games on their TV. So right now, Nintendo's in a good space. Of course, the Nintendo Switch still has its problems, like I mentioned before. There's still a lot of things that I do not like about the Switch. Like, I don't like the fact that the Switch is still having all of these storage problems, that there's no cloud saving or cloud storage. I don't like the fact that the Nintendo Online is pretty much non-existent. You know, there's a lot of things with the Switch that I don't like. But one thing that I am definitely satisfied with is the variety of games that we're getting and the caliber of games that we've been getting. And I think that as a Nintendo community as a whole, we've all felt that. You know, we felt what it was like during the Wii U era, and now we're feeling what it feels like right now in the Nintendo Switch era, where Nintendo seems to be righting a lot of the wrongs that they made during the Wii U era. So yeah, I think with confidence I can say that the Nintendo Civil War is over, man. Not really a whole lot of back and forth with Nintendo fans. And if you do see back and forth, it's not really on the same level as like with the Wii U. It might be like some small bickering about online or some small bickering about stupid stuff, but it's not how real friendships were being torn apart over video games during the Wii U era. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of people that I stopped rocking with during the Wii U era because they were just so extreme with their opinions, and I'm just like, I cannot listen to this. This is crazy talk. But shout outs to the people who have kind of found their way again. I recently just saw a video from Mr. T. Shout outs to Mr. T, man. He made a video recently about, I guess, people shunning him, saying that he was been shunning third party or something like that. Anyway, the video was hilarious, and it was just another example of what I'm basically saying now about how the Nintendo Civil War is officially over. You got people like Mr. T going back to their roots and making these videos that are just funny and great, and just not so much of the politics of gaming, you know what I mean? Like, just straight up having fun, enjoying being a Nintendo fan, enjoying what Nintendo has to offer us this year. man, I don't know. It's like for the first time in a long time, I don't feel at odds with other Nintendo fans. And it just feels good, man. It feels good that we as a community are back to where we were before the Wii U, because it was kind of tough, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, man. Anyways, it's just a ramble video. It's not really anything of substance. I do want to make another like real video soon. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna frame it though before I actually do it, so I'm not even gonna disclose what I want to do the video about, because I want to figure out how I'm gonna do it first. But anyway, man, tell me how you feel in the comments below. Thank you guys for listening once again, and I'll see you guys at a later date. Peace.